Hey babies, welcome back. If you are new here, welcome. Hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification so you are notified every time that I make a post from mental wellness, nutrition, lifestyle, fitness, you name it, you're probably gonna get it here. So go ahead and join us in this community. So without further ado, let's get into this video because baby, we need to talk about why you're not losing weight. The real reasons why you're probably not losing weight. So if this sounds like you and you know that you've been doing all the things and you're not seeing the results, these tips are going to help you. So let's talk about it. These 3 mental habits are probably keeping you from your weight loss. I know that when we think about weight loss, we think eat less, work out more, boom, abs. But that's not always the case for most people. There was a study done at a university that took the subjects and did something called the visualization technique, where the studies visualized themselves in the body that they wanted already and how that would affect their lives, and then ate less and worked out more, and boom, the magic happened. So you need the mental with the physical to really make the magic. And during the study, the subjects were lost 5 times more weight than the average person. So when you connect that mental with the physical, then the magic happens. So I think we've been doing it all wrong, okay? The psychological portion of weight loss is so important. So in this video, I want to talk about 3 common mental habit mistakes that you could be making and then how to overcome it. So keep watching. You already know your girl put the timestamps below because I value your time and we ain't got time to waste. We gotta get skinny. It's almost summer. Oh my goodness. So let's get into the first mental habit, which is be realistic instead of overreaching. And what I mean by that is we need to practice patience. So when we are cutting out calories too drastically, and we all see this, we decide on Friday that we're going to change our life Monday, we binge eat all throughout the weekend, Monday come, we cut our calories to 1,200 calories and basically starve ourselves. So when we go through this process and when we do things too fast versus having patience, you run the risk of losing a lot of muscle during that process. You don't want to cut your calories too much or too fast. Allow some progression. Not only will you lose muscle tissue, but it deprives your body of essential nutrients. So that's not the way to go. Your goal should be 1 to 2 pounds of weight loss per week. That is healthy, sustainable weight loss. Not only will it be more sustainable, but it's more realistic and your body is likely to keep that weight off versus losing that 10 pounds in 1 week and gaining it back in some. So the first one is practice some patience. Next is take baby steps. You do not have to change everything in your lifestyle overnight. Honestly, please don't do that, okay? Baby steps still make big impacts. Remember that. So when you are making this lifestyle change, focus on one habit at a time versus all the habits or all the things that you need to change. When you think about nutrition, you have to think about it as it took me years, actually generations. So that generation passed it down to that generation in your family, and then that generation passed it down to you, and then you're passing it down to your family, and so forth and so on. So you're not going to be able to change everything overnight. So one of the things that I really like to do and implement with my clients when they first start with me is building the foundation. Let's create a morning routine, and let's focus on that morning routine for about a week. If not more, your race, your pace. And then once we feel comfortable with that, let's add another habit into that. And then we progressively build on top of the habit. So that is how you take baby steps and it won't overwhelm you. So another way that you can probably do that, if you know that you need to eat more fruits and veggies, adding an additional serving of veggies each day for a week. And then the next week, focus on, all right, I'm going to add another serving of vegetables into my routine every day. And then you keep building up on that. So that's going to be very sustainable for you. It's going to be realistic and it's not going to overwhelm you. Again, it is your pace, your race. Have patience, take baby steps. You will thank me later. Again, is avoid comparison. How many times do we see all of these celebrities on social media pop out kids and then boom, and in 2 weeks they back into their bodies and everything else? They have the resources, the finances, and the time to really dedicate all of that into themselves. We may not always be that fortunate to be able to do that. So avoid comparing yourself to unrealistic expectations on social media, and even family and friends. Comparing yourself to family and friends. Everybody's body is different. So one person may try something and get instant results, but you may try it and it may not work for you, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that your body is punishing you or anything in that nature. It just means you have to find out what works for you, nobody else. Okay, so we are going to avoid comparison. And then another way is allow some leeway. Forget all that forbidden food and everything else. I can't eat this, I can't eat that. My motto is always, how can we make this lifestyle a lifestyle that we not only enjoy the things that we love with a mixture of the healthiness. So everything is about balance. Everything is about moderation. So if you know that you love French fries, but you are about to try keto where it's barely any carbs, make it make sense. That might not be the lifestyle for you. And you always want to prioritize what works for me, what makes me happy versus what's going to get me fast results. Slow and steady weight loss is going to be so much better than fast and restrictive weight loss. So are you following me right now? Y'all still with me? All right. So I want you to be realistic instead of overreaching. Small baby steps, have some patience, avoid comparison, but also allow yourself some leeway. Give yourself some grace. So mental habit number 2, seek support instead of going alone. Ask for help. Get comfortable and get used to leaning on others. There are so many studies that have found that social support and programs such as Weight Watchers have such a high rate because they have that sense of community. They have that sense of support, and they have that person that they can go to ask for help. If you cannot budget it for a personal trainer or a nutritionist, then ask a friend, hey, let's really hold each other accountable to X, Y, and Z. Let's really put our all into this. You can even ask your partner. So say for instance, your partner doesn't want to be on this journey with you, and that's okay. You can't force anybody onto this. You can have that conversation with your partner where you say, hey, when you eat things like X, Y, and Z in front of me, it's very tempting. Could you not do that for me? And worst case scenario, they say nah, and you get a new partner. Fight! Or they support you and they won't put you into situations or places that is going to tempt you. So that's going to be the first thing, is really get support and find that supportive system around you so you don't feel so alone and isolated in this. Also, find a buddy. Okay? Slim it down is always easier and better when you have somebody doing it with you. And I don't want you to get comfortable with, okay, I have this buddy. This buddy can't make it at this time that we agreed on, so now I'm not going to go. That's where I feel like that accountability partner sometimes get a little bit tricky. You need somebody who you can really, really depend on. And even if they don't go, you still need to hold yourself accountable and show up. So get a buddy, but don't be dependent on your buddy, okay? Go online. There are so many different programs online, plans online, different type of offers, nutritionists. I'm an online nutritionist, so everything that I do is online. So you don't have to worry about where this person is located, but you do still have that supportive system online, and we're always online. So if you know that you need just a little bit more accountability, or you know that you need that support, if your family and friends are not willing to join you onto this journey, that's okay. But you can, and you do have that option to build the support if you need it. And then also seek a doctor. And what I mean by this is, so many times our blood levels are not checked. We are deficient in some of our vitamins and minerals into our bodies, and those all play a different role into weight loss. we want to make sure that we are being extremely consistent with our bodies. And anytime that you add a new supplement or you're getting ready to do a certain type of diet, it's always wise to make a doctor's appointment and talk to your doctor about the different changes, the processes, the risks, the benefits, and really have that documented. So then that way you have a trail of where you can kind of see, okay, I got my blood work, my levels was off, I took a vitamin, my levels are normal. You want to be able to have that support system with you, and just having your doctor to kind of lead you is always going to be game changer for you. So again, mental habit number 2 is seek support instead of doing it alone. You don't have to do this journey alone. You can ask for help, you can find a buddy, you can go online, or you can ask a doctor for some help. He or she can also give you resources and referrals to nutritionists or registered dietitian that your insurance will pay for if you know that you cannot financially afford that out of pocket. So never be afraid to ask your doctor for different referrals or resources to help you along your journey. Mental habit number 3 that may be keeping you from losing weight is not planning ahead and eating mindlessly. You want to make sure that you have a plan for the week. So the first way to do this is 1, set a weekly goal. So like I said, I like to hold my clients to 1 to 2 pounds of weight loss per week. Now, some weeks they kill it, they exceed it, and some weeks they just maintain it. And that is okay. That is still progress. A lot of the times we want weight loss to look like this. It is really like this. Okay? It is not that. It is definitely this. Okay? So some weeks you are going to have weeks of where you kill it. Some weeks you're going to have weeks where you maintain, which is still progress. And some weeks you might see a little uptick depending on stress levels and just how you were eating for that week. That is okay. But as long as you are seeing some changes into your body, that is where the beauty lies. It's not going to be perfect every week. But by making and setting goals, you increase your success levels because you know that you have something to work for. So say for instance, you don't want to get caught up with the number goals, meaning losing the weight or losing the inches or taking the pictures or measurements, but you want to focus more on process goals, those non-scale victories that we have. Process goals can look anything like eating breakfast each day, or even cutting back on sugar, or making sure that you reach your certain level of water intake every day. So for that, that should be about half of your body weight in ounces. So you can either focus on the number goals or you can focus on process goals. But each week you want to set a goal for yourself, okay? But you also want to create menus. Create a meal plan. If you don't know how to create a meal plan, I want you to book a nutrition consultation with me or go to my website and get a ready and grab and go guide for yourself. But whatever it is, you want to go into the week with having a plan. When you have a plan, you're less likely to eat out, you're going to save more money, and it's also going to prevent you from grabbing things because of convenience, because you know what you're going to eat. You already have it, you already have a plan, you are already successful. But the key to making the plans and the menus is to make sure that you actually enjoy what you are planning for the week. Now, if you're just about to eat some boiled chicken, boiled vegetables, and a little bit of rice, you're not going to want to eat that because it's not appealing to you. So make sure that you try recipes, get outside your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to get into the kitchen and play around to see what you like and to see what you can make out of just, the different type of foods that you have in your kitchen. I always say, I'm not eating nothing that I don't like, and you can still eat good food and get results. If you don't believe me, go ahead, book your consultation. Another one is shop carefully. So 70% of the supermarkets are filled with super processed foods. So to prevent you from going in there and just grabbing anything, 1, you want to make sure that you're not ever in the grocery store hungry. Don't do it. You're setting yourself up. And then 2, go in there with a list. So after you make your plan for the week, do a good inventory of your kitchen, and then create a meal plan, a grocery list. Create a grocery list for you to go shopping with. Again, my meal plans come with weekly meal plans, but also grocery shopping lists, recipes, and all the things. So if you are needing help Again, ask for help. In the grocery stores, we want to try to stick on the outside parameters of the grocery stores. So that's going to be your fresh fruits, your fresh vegetables, whole foods, your different type of proteins. And then you also want to get comfortable with reading the nutrition labels. If it has a whole bunch of ingredients that you cannot even pronounce, probably not the best for you, and you might want to, steer away from that. But you want to get comfortable with reading the nutrition labels, and you want to get comfortable with just the setup of the grocery store. So we have already set our goals for the week. We have made a meal plan and created a shopping list. So that way we are going into every grocery store with a plan. Now you want to monitor your schedule. If you know that you are eating for entertainment or comfort, try managing your time just a little differently. And what I mean by that, if you know that every time you and your girls get together, it is surrounded by food and drinks, you guys may want to change up the routine just a bit. Like, hey girl, we're gonna go for a walk. Hey, let's meet at the gym. Let's meet at the juice bar and get us a juice and still catch up. So trying not to schedule your time with your loved ones around food will prevent you from eating things that are just outside of the plan. And I know that these are little mindless things that we don't even think about, but if every week you are going to Taco Tuesday with one friend, you at Willy Wednesdays with another friend, you go on a Thirsty Thursday with another friend, you go on a Freaky Friday with another friend, baby, the calories is gonna add up quick, okay? I want you to get into the habit of not only redirecting where you hang out with your friends, but being mindful of, I know that every time we gather, it's food around, so let's change up the environment just a bit. So monitor your schedule, think about what you have to do, how many lunch dates do you have, and kind of cut those and decrease those back. These are all little things that we don't think about. For mental habit number 3, you need to plan ahead instead of eating or wandering mindlessly throughout the week. Go into every week with a plan. Set a goal, plan your meals, create a list, but then also monitor your schedule. Don't overbook too many social gatherings that involve food. So let's recap. 3 common habits that could be holding you back from losing weight and how to overcome it. The first one is be realistic instead of overreaching. Number 2, seek support instead of doing it alone. And number 3 is plan ahead instead of eating mindlessly. But also, I want you to visualize yourself already at your goal. And I know that it sounds so cliche, but everything starts mentally. So if you are doubting yourself, if you are questioning yourself, if you are feeling defeated, like you can't do it, I want you to stop right now, and I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to mentally and visually see yourself at your goal already. I want you to see and feel how you are going to feel when you meet and accomplish that goal. And I want you to write your why down. It is so important to have your why to stay grounded in this. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to lose weight? Is it to be proactive? Is it to overcome health complications? Is it to feel more confident in your body? Is it to just have discipline and consistency in your life? Whatever your why is, I want you to write it down. And I want you to look at it every day. And I want you to visualize yourself being there and how much impact this can have over your life. Baby, I know that changing your mindset is hard. So definitely give yourself some grace on this process. But changing your mindset can also give you the motivation that you need to not only lose the weight, but keep the weight off. Changing and developing mental habits will help you change your body. It will help you change your life. You just got to believe that you can do it, and you got to see you doing it before it's already done. So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to get to manifesting, writing down your whys, and I want you to get up and I want you to do it. Because it also takes work. So not only do you have to see it, but you got to work it too. So see and work, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and you already know, join me next time. Don't forget to hit the like button because engagement is important over here.